Okay, hello everyone. We have Carla today with us. This is amazing, Carla. Thank you for accepting this invitation to be connecting and knowing more about you. This is the reason of having this conversation today. The idea is to know about your life. Who was Carla before? When you started to change your beliefs? And really, just to let you know, and everyone, the idea of having this type of conversation is to know how our belief system is the one that helps us to go to the next level and become the person that we become right now. And if you are like struggling a little bit on something that you are going through right now, maybe you can start to challenge some things that you are believing in yourself that maybe can help you to go to the next level. So thank you, Carla, for being here. I know that this is going to be an amazing conversation with you. I am happy to be with you here. uh, Hello.
Hey, Alejandro, it's nice to talk to you again. Thank you so much for having me today. It's great. I love what you're doing to help people believe in themselves because I think that that is so important to getting the ball rolling in life. You have to believe in yourself.
And tell us, who was Carla before? Like, I don't know which time of your story you want to tell us, but who was Carla?
Oh, okay. So, my previous life, I guess, I was a nurse for 40 years. I grew up in the 80s and 60s, 70s, and 80s, got out of nursing school. The thing to do was to get married and have kids. I did that, left Atlanta, where I'm currently living now, and I grew up here, went to Texas, and lived in Europe for 10 years after that. I tell people that that was my previous life. I don't even think we discussed that in previous phone calls, but
No.
I got lost in being a mom, and I wasn't working in nursing at the time, and lived in Europe for 10 years, came back as a single mom and raised two kids. And after they left the nest, so to speak, I had a crazy idea of going back to school. I lost myself in all that work, 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 and giving and giving and giving, and I wasn't giving to myself. And so after 40 years of nursing, well, shortly before I left nursing after 40 years, I decided it was time to take care of my health and take care of me and take care of my family. And I'd always been passionate about health and wellness, and I realized that after 40 years, I was practicing sick care. I had 15 minutes to spend with a patient, and there was nothing I could do to help them in 15 minutes other than having the same speech about chronic diseases. And I saw that when 75% of chronic diseases are caused by our lifestyle, we need to be changing our lifestyle. And I knew that I was so successful in taking my life back in my mid 50s that I thought if I could do it, anybody could do it. And I was looking for something other than what I was doing, that 50 to 60-hour work week. And I wanted more time with my dad. I think we had talked about this, that I lost my mom to cancer in 2008. And he was getting older, never got remarried. And I wanted more time with him because I knew that that time was precious. And I didn't know how much longer I had with him. And I knew that one day I'd have to be taking care of him. And that day may soon come, but I'm going to be available because I have an opportunity where I can work for myself and take care of myself and take care of my family.
Mm. Mm.
So it's something I'm
That's
really
that's like
passionate
the
about.
moment. That's like the moment you started to see, like, okay, I have to do something else. I have to change what I am doing right now.
Well, I had my light bulb moment at 55, and I said, what do I want the next 30 years to look like? And the way I was feeling at that time was not the way I wanted the rest of my life to look like.
Mm.
And I know that we're all going to leave this world. And when that day comes, I'm not going to be ready for it because I'm going to be as active as I can be, and I'm going to be as healthy as I can be.
Mm.
I realized I didn't want to sit around with aches and pains and waiting for my turn to die.
And something that is for me interesting of what you are saying here right now is, for example, really you are coming from the healthcare,
Yeah,
and you are helping people to improve their lives. That's why you are there. That's why you decided to be a nurse and start to do all the things that you were doing,
that's exactly why I went into nursing, to help people, and I wasn't helping people anymore.
or yourself.
Yeah, or myself. Because nurses are notorious for that. They give and give and give, and they take whatever is left over at the end of the day, if there is anything left over at the end of the day. And they're shortchanging themselves, and they're shortchanging their family. You know, I had an hour and a half drive each way to work, and it was horrible. But it also gave me that time to kind of decompress. But when I got home, I was useless. I
Mm,
was tired. I was burnt out. So I wasn't doing myself any good, and I wasn't doing my family any good.
mm.
And that was over 2 years ago. And the way healthcare is now, there's thousands of other people exactly where I was 2 years ago.
Yeah, especially with this COVID and the pandemic, it's like if you were working 20, 50 hours, 60 hours, now you are working 80 because there is more need.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Sadly, sadly. So I truly believe that people can take control of their health, and they can be better. It's
mm,
not going to happen overnight. Your body's not Amazon. It's not going to give you 2-day delivery of what you want, but you have the ability to minimize the risk of chronic disease in your life. You do have control over it.
mm, mm,
So I love people taking people on that journey. I love helping them be the hero of their own success journey through education, helping them make life changes, and helping them be accountable to themselves. And when they learn that they can actually love themselves, it's easy. That person 60 pounds ago is not coming back into their lives. That person that was stressed out uh, because of work and family and overscheduling is not coming back into their lives because they've learned to treat themselves better.
and okay, let's go a little bit like slow down. That's something that I love to do always because it's like we are going very, very quick. And this is awesome because for me, really, healthcare and taking care of myself, taking accountability that I am the person that is like in charge of my health. Sometimes we are thinking like, no, it could be because my boss is asking me this, or because my mother, because my wife, because, and we start to find like other becauses of the reason that why you are like in the situation that you are right now. And the reality is that until you start to take control of yourself and start to take, okay, this is the person that I want to become, nothing is going to change. Everything is going to continue being the same. So uh, I agree with you. You have to take accountability. So what happens at that when you started? Okay, I want to have this momentum. I want to change. How it started to be that process was like, okay, in one day you decided, okay, I'm going to change this, and I start to do this, or it started to be a process to change your life. You started to listen to other things. What? How was it?
Well, people come to us for different reasons, whether they might want to lose weight, they might want to gain weight, they might want better performance in the gym, they might want to sleep better, they might want to just get rid of aches and pains, they might want to manage their stress better. Lots of different reasons. So the first thing we do is just evaluate where they're coming from and what they want, what they're looking for. And we teach them about how it's all interconnected, that it's not just going on a 30-day diet, because if you do that and you don't change other things in your life, like the stress in your life, or not getting enough sleep, or not hydrating, you're not going to be successful. So we have kind of an overall large approach as to looking at all the different areas of your life to see how you're handling each one of those, because they all play a part in the success of becoming the person that you want to be. And we also work with people about what their why is. Why do you want this change? For me, it was, I realized that I had a good 30 years left in my life, God willing. And how did I want those 30 years to show up?
Mm.
I didn't want to be sleeping poorly and be stressed and not eat right and have aches and pains and get out of bed and with aches and pains and creak my way down the steps. I didn't want that kind of life for myself. And I just finally said, no more. And so I systematically started making little changes. You know, everyone sets New Year's resolutions and they have 10 things they want to change. And then they'll do good for a week and then they'll cave on a few things and then they throw the whole thing out the window. But what we do is we work on little changes a little bit at a time to make you better every day.
Awesome. And that's something that is key also, because sometimes we think that, okay, I got this realization, I need to change, and tomorrow I am a different person.
Mhm.
And that's not true, really. And sometimes we are, and you see that every starting of the year, like you are going to start, okay, this year I'm going to have more fitness, I am going to be better, I am going to start the gym, and you do it for 2 3 months and suddenly it's
Mhm.
okay, I can continue, I have to go to
That's where the joke comes for those that make it a lifestyle like we do, that we say, okay, January, the gym is going to be busy. February is going to be better. And in March, everyone's going to be gone.
exactly.
And we laugh about it, but it's kind of sad that we don't really make New Year's resolutions to eat better or to lose weight or whatever, because it's such a daily habit for us. And because we love the way we feel, we don't even think about it. It's like daily self-care. And so we don't have to set those New Year's resolutions. We can actually go through the holidays, enjoying the holidays, and not having food control our lives, but we have control of it
Mm,
because how we love and respect ourselves.
mm, mm.
So yeah, we all have goals. I have goals, I have business goals for the year and yeah, we can always find something to improve on, you know, more reading time, more personal development time, whatever, where I swear I'm going to go to bed at 11 instead of 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, I'm not perfect, we all have those goals, but it's making them consistent goals and realizing how important they are in your life.
What do you think helped you to create that consistency in your life, like Carla, how you started to become like the discipline, like you have to do this every day, every time,
Well,
and
it's not a chore for me. It's not a chore for me, and it's not a chore for my customers, and it's not a chore for my family. Because when you begin to truly love the way you feel,
mm,
you say, that person's not coming back in my life. Those bad habits are not coming back in my life. Now, I will tell you, when I first started, I had that diet mindset. And
mm,
I do a good 30 days or so, and then I'd revert back to some of my habits and feel bad. And then get back on the wagon, so to speak, and then I'd regress and I'd feel bad. And there are a lot of people that beat themselves up over that. And I look at it as a way of saying, okay, this is your sign. This is your sign that you need to make it a daily lifestyle change for you.
mm,
Because look at how amazing you feel when you do it and
mm,
you truly take care of yourself versus going back to those old habits. So don't look at it as a punishment and beat yourself up for it because you kind of fell off the wagon. It's get back on because you know how amazing you're going to feel.
mm.
I had a customer of mine who's also a friend of mine who told me, well, I really feel bad because I gained weight over Christmas. I said, who didn't? I said,
And
did you enjoy Christmas? And she goes, yeah. I said, that's what it's all about. It's not a punishment that you're going to live this lifestyle and never enjoy life. You're actually going to live this lifestyle to where you can enjoy life. You get to enjoy the holidays. You get to go to a Thanksgiving dinner. You get to have a Christmas cookie. By God, I want people to have cake on their birthday because you don't know if you're going to have your next birthday. So enjoy it.
Mm. And that's important, really, to know that these are the things that you can be doing. You have to enjoy, but understand that really sometimes people think like being healthy is something that is boring, but
Hmm.
the reality is that it's completely the opposite. When you
Hmm.
start to feel better, and that's exactly what happened with me. Like I was like overwhelmed with all the work that I had, and I was doing a lot of things like all the time. And until I decided, okay, I have to take care of my health because I am really bad and I am like burnout right now. uh, I started to look for options, and that's why a lot of the books that I have here is about this, like wellness and how to improve your life. It's like you start to feel better, and it's like, okay, this is exactly my real version, not the one that is having a lot of issues every week, or that is like with the stomach like
Yeah.
going.
Well, we're given one life and we have two dates, our beginning date and an end date. And it's what we do with, they say, with what you do with that dash in between.
Mm,
And think of your body as a car. When you were a teenager and you got that first car and you washed it every week and you cleaned out the inside and you vacuumed it and nobody could eat in your car because that was just your dream car. You took such great care of it. You got the maintenance done. You always made sure you never ran out of gas. You just took care of that car. We need to take care of our bodies that way.
mm.
We need to treat our bodies like we're not given another one. We need to treat our bodies like that one car you have in life and treat it like it's the only car you're ever going to have.
And I have the I agree 100% with what you are saying, and I want to do it a little bit bigger. What happens if you have a Lamborghini and you are thinking, I am going to put like any food because it's okay for that car? Are you think that you're going to put like any gas to that Lamborghini?
Yeah,
And that,
I'm assuming a Lamborghini runs on premium. I've never been in a
exactly.
Lamborghini, so but hey, I'll have to add that to my dream list. Um, but
But
yeah, you
imagine,
have to put
you are,
quality.
if you have that car, you are going to put the best quality of anything that
Hmm.
you can put there. Like you are not thinking like, okay, this I can put any tire on that car because it's okay. It's at the end, it's a car that needs only four wheels, and that's okay. No, you have a Lamborghini. It's like you want to have the best tires that it can have because you want to run as fast as you want because you have that car, and you're not going to put any brake there, because it's okay to have any brake. No, it's your life at the end, and that's sometimes we think like, okay, our body, it's my body, you don't have to be talking about that. But the reality is, if you think like your body is your Lamborghini, it's like, okay, I
You know,
have to take care of this.
it reminds me of a book I read many, many years ago. And I can't remember the author, but I loved how she talked about people think about food as just calories. So you could eat a 500-calorie piece of cake for dinner, or you could have a huge plate of vegetables and maybe a meat or a fish or chicken and a grain for the same amount of calories. And if you can visualize the two together, you see that that cake has absolutely no nutritional value whatsoever.
Mm,
So that's kind of like the cheap gas that you put in a Lamborghini versus the premium gas you put in that Lamborghini.
mm,
It's the same amount of calories, but what are you feeding your body? If you're putting junk in, it's like garbage in, garbage out. You're not going to get the performance that you want. If you don't eat a healthy breakfast, you're not going to get the mental mindset that you need and the mental energy you need to go through several phone calls, interviews, whatever, because you're not fueling your body right.
Mm. And let's change a little bit because I agree we talk a lot about this food and I agree 100%. But you told something that I want to bring back. You told something about the diet mindset.
Mhm.
So I agree 100% that like 90% of the fight and the war is in your mind. So, what do you think about that, and how you started to change your mindset to be from the diet one to the life one? Like, okay, this is my life, and I want to be living like this.
Well, for me, it was realizing how amazing I felt when I fueled my body right. And I also, throughout the years, have started to incorporate gratitude and having a gratitude mindset, and that life happens for good. And yes, there are things that come along that are speed bumps. I prefer to think of them as speed bumps and not mountains that I have to climb.
Mhm.
I've become a very positive person. I surround myself with positive people. I love the community that I work with, and the community of people that are like-minded in health and wellness, that love the way they feel. And to me, that is infectious
Mhm.
in in helping other people that are kind of still holding on to that diet mindset, to realize it's consistency and daily consistency that makes a change in your life. There was someone that posted recently a 10-year challenge, and one of the things on my list this week to do is I want to go back and find a picture of myself from 10 years ago and compare it with today. And I know that I'm going to look completely different. I was just talking to somebody, and I told him that my kids were 35 and 37 and their teeth dropped. And I told them that I was going to be 63 next month. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, I said, no way. And I said, it's that healthy lifestyle and fueling your body right and feeling great. And the way you set your life up, you do have control over it.
And that's exactly. I agree 100%. The idea is really how your mindset helps you to start to see the difference, because sometimes you don't see the difference because you are not aware, you are not like opening your eyes to see the things that are happening in your life. And
Mhm.
once again, I am thinking in myself, like when I was, for example, I had a lot of bloating in my stomach, and I was like having a lot of issues with that. And I learned to live with that because I was thinking that that was okay and that was normal, and because I am like this. And when I started to do like these changes in my life, I started to understand, okay, no, this was not normal. This is something that I have to change. And when I started to eat different food, suddenly disappeared the problem, and it's like, oh, I love this, Alejandro. This is a new one that is like much better.
Well, when I hit middle age, everyone was telling me, "Oh, you're supposed to gain weight in middle age." And I went, I don't think so. No, no. And we're taught that because that's the way we grew up. Our parents gain weight in middle age. We eat like our parents eat lots of times. You get out of college and you trying to figure out what you want to eat. Who do you go to? You go to your mom for recipes. And then they're not always the healthiest recipes, you know?
Yeah, yeah, agree.
So there are a lot of ideas that we grew up with because our family grew up with them that kind of transcend over to us, and we have that control to say, "Oh no, it's not going to happen like that."
Okay, and tell me about the future. In the future, how do you see yourself like in 10 years? Like, who are going to be that Carla? That I know that you have been working a lot and you are thinking about that. You want to be different in the next 30 years. So, from that point of view, what do you see? And how are you working in yourself to be that person?
Well, I work on myself every day, and it's spread over to my husband too. Um, for the longest time, I didn't dream. I was so busy with being busy and being proud of being busy, that I didn't allow myself to dream. And that's one thing that I like to help people do. Where do you see yourself in 1, 3, 5 years? Um, right now, the chapter in my life is growing my business and helping my dad, who just retired at 88 from his advertising job. He had his own business and he just retired, and I know I'm going to be taking care of him one day. And I love it that I can be available for him whenever. And we do Wednesdays with Dad, and we go out to lunch wherever he wants to go and do errands and spend time together. And if he calls me up and says, "Hey, I need some help," I can reschedule phone calls and go down and help him. I can take the whole day off if I need to. So I'm truly blessed to have that flexibility. But my husband and I want to move to Southwest Florida. We're looking at the Fort Myers area, and we're big golfers, and we love playing golf. And being healthy has truly helped my golf game, by the way. But we want to be able to play golf 365 days a year, or have that opportunity. And we're not going to be able to do it in Georgia. It snowed yesterday. Okay. So we want to relocate. People go, "Well, when are you going to retire?" I'm never going to retire from this because I love what I do.
Mm.
I love helping people have that light bulb moment that they can take control of their health. Yeah, I might throw in a few more golf games, but I'm always going to be doing this.
Mm.
And I have the ability to work when I want, with whom I want, and grow a team and work with like-minded people. And it's a blessing. It's nursing and health and wellness combined. And my husband and I said that when we move, we need to have our health to live out the rest of our years as fully as possible.
Mhm.
And it starts with that. You can have all the money in the world you want, but if you don't have your health, you're not going to enjoy it.
And tell us more about your business that you have right now and how you are growing in that area directly in your business.
Well, like I had said, I love health and wellness, and I was like, "Oh, I'm fine. It's not going to happen to me. I know all about health and wellness," and it happened to me. And when I was 55, I decided to take my health back, and it was so life-changing. I realized I could take the information that I knew and continue to learn to help other people create their own life. And one of the great ways that I took control of my health was through a company that I was introduced to by my chiropractor back in 2015, and it's Isogenics International, and it it just literally changed my life. And when I saw that it could change so many other lives, and I had the tools being in healthcare and realizing people had to get out of sick care into wellness care,
Mm.
it was a match made in heaven. And it's given me the opportunity to be able to work for myself and help people the way that I truly want to help people. So I came in as an unhealthy customer almost 7 years ago. And then I just saw the opportunity there that I could truly help people, and it became a passion. And I left healthcare 2 years ago, and I haven't looked back.
And tell us how they can contact you if they want to know more about what you are doing or your
Well,
business or
I'm on LinkedIn as Carla Fedigan, and I'm also on Facebook, and I also have an Instagram account. You can certainly reach out to me. My email is real catchy. It's clfedigan at gmail.com, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with anybody. Because I really want to help people to figure out where they are, what they want to do, and how they can change their lives, because I truly believe it's possible for anyone.
and that's exactly the reason we connected here. The reason we wanted to do this conversation, because we were discussing this last week with Carla, and we were saying, okay, if we can help only one person and that person change their life, we did our job. So it's not only, I know that this is not being listened just by one person. There is several people listening to this, and people that is going to listen before we close this call. But was really amazing to be with you, Carla. Thank you for your wisdom and your journey. This is something great to know how you are doing, and really understanding that I agree. Let's move from the sick care to the health care, like to be like healthy really, and avoid. I know that there is a lot of messages around that. Okay, life is getting over, or the pandemic is going to kill you. Like, there is a lot of ideas, and I am not going to be pro or against one thing, but what I want to say is you can be healthy, and your body can like react to any virus or anything that you have, if you have the right health, the right mindset and everything to really fight against it. So thank you, Carla. This was really amazing conversation. I know that we can be talking for another hour here, but but I want we wanted to do this, and that's why Carla agreed to this. And I was like, okay, this is great, because this is one of my passions. I want to help people with this wellness side that there is a lot of issues now. So thank you again.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I wake up every day and thank God for the blessing that I have, that I can help people. And I wake up and say, who can I serve today? Whose life can I make better? And even if we just have a conversation and I leave them better, I've done my duty.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much. And see you all. We are going to have this type of discussions during the next weeks, and the idea is really to help you. Thank you very much, Carla, and thank you everyone that was here.
Thank you.